one thing about me is I'm always gonna be far too early. I also just got off work and now I'm at the airport and now I feel like I'm freaking dying. Okay, I didn't do any sort of update or like any sort of explanation of what's going on. I'm in Portland just because I'm trying to go to like a coffee shop or something. I think the one I was gonna go to is closed, so I'm just gonna go to a different one because there's a different one right here. And then I'm gonna go to a bookstore. I'll talk more about all this later because I need to gather myself, but I'm running on like 0 sleep and I feel like I'm gonna die in a second, so give me a few minutes.
That's a jam. That's a jam.
Now that I'm away from people, let me finally explain what's going on. I decided, I'd already talked about this before, but I decided I wanted to go to Portland because I had Southwest gift cards and I wanted to go to Powell's, which I did. There are a few different ones. I went to this coffee shop while I waited for my Airbnb to be ready for me. There was like a smaller Powell's next to it. I'm walking to my Airbnb, so I'm like out of breath. The weather, it's like a little cold, but it's like a good cold, you know what I mean? Like I'm so excited, and I got 4 books and it's a used bookstore. It's apparently the biggest in the world. So I'll do my research there. Now that I'm situated and not heaving and out of breath, I'm gonna do a better recap of what's happening here. Spring break. I wanted to go somewhere new, somewhere I've never been before, somewhere where I would feel comfortable. So I decided to go to Portland because I had 2 Southwest gift cards and I was like, I want to travel somewhere now. I've never taken like a real trip by myself, so this was a big thing and I'm very excited. Last night I worked and I closed. Annalise took me to the airport and I didn't sleep last night. I slept for like a half hour on the plane this morning. I had a layover in Arizona and then I flew from Arizona to Portland. That was like a 2-hour flight and I think the first flight was like 4 hours. I slept for like an hour on the second flight. I'm running on like no sleep right now. So it's 3:30, March 4th. I'm not doing anything the rest of the day. I'm just gonna watch hockey and then go to bed. Like no. The only thing I really came to Portland for was to go to Powell's because, as I said before, it is apparently the largest used bookstore in the world. As I was trying to explain while I was walking, I went to a coffee shop because I knew I needed caffeine. They have like the big Powell's that's in downtown Portland, which is like a mile away. There was a smaller Powell's bookstore literally 500 feet from the coffee shop I was at, so I went to that one. I want to go to the big one because apparently it's like insanely huge, but I did get 4 books already. As I said before, I only spent $60 because I'm pretty sure these are mostly used. In any of them, there's one that I know is like new because it's a new release. It's not like Barnes & Noble where Barnes & Noble is gonna make it really expensive. So the first one I got Butcher and Blackbird. I've heard so many people talk about this that it's just like such a weird 5-star type romance read because it's like these 2 serial killers that are in love with each other. Or it says, when a chance encounter sparks an unlikely bond between rival murderers. Like what? But I also just think this cover is so gorgeous, like in a weird way. I feel like saying it's gorgeous is very strange, but I don't know, I like the cover a lot and I've heard really good things about this one. I got Bride. This was $19. This was probably the most expensive book because it's a new release. I don't know too much about it, just that it is about a vampire and a werewolf love story type deal there. Don't know too much. I'll talk about it when I read. And then I haven't heard anything about this book. I got this for $12, but it's kind of short, so I was like, okay, cool. And it's called Dungeons and Drama. I looked it up on Goodreads and it has like decent reviews. I think it's like a 4.3-ish if I'm not forgetting. But this is about Riley. I love an MMC named Nathan. Y'all already know. I thought this cover was cute, and I don't know too much about what it's about. Like the back, it's not really like clicking in my brain, so I'll talk about this at some point. And then finally, I've read Katie Roberts' books before. I've read Neon Gods and I really liked it. That was like in 2021 though. This I found, and this is like less than 200 pages, and apparently it's the second book in a series, but I don't think like you have to read them all in the same order. If y'all know, you know, but it's the Kraken Sacrifice. But she does a lot of like mythology type fiction, like romance, but it's a deal with a devil is what it says. But I got this and this seemed really interesting. That's why I got this. But I also, if y'all know me, I'm a Kraken fan for hockey. But yes, these are my books I got. I also brought my Kindle. I didn't bring any physical books because I knew I was gonna buy them. So I have a duffel bag that I'm gonna put all of my books in and like things I buy. But I brought my Kindle and I read 2 books today. I read By a Thread by Lucy Score, which was one of my my March TBR books. Didn't like it. I'll talk about it more in my wrap up, but I just did not like it, which was like so upsetting because everybody says that's like a 5-star and they love it, but I did not like it. And then I read Night Shift by Annie Crown. I don't know, I'll put it on the screen. But that was like okay. I didn't love it. I don't really know what I'm rating it yet. And then I'm almost finished this book called Camera Chemistry. By a Thread by Lucy Score is like 600 pages, and I read that at like 3 a.m. while I was waiting for my flight until I think I finished it while I was waiting for my layover, or while I was waiting for my flight during my layover in Arizona. And I read it like the whole flight. Like I was reading that book for like 7 hours straight. Then I started reading Night Shift, and that's like 250 pages, nothing crazy. I finished that. Camera Chemistry is like literally like less than 200 pages, I think. So that's why I'm getting through them so quickly. But I also just have been sitting doing nothing. Now I have these physical books and I'm so excited. I'm gonna get more, definitely. I'm here for 4 full days, but today I'm just exhausted because I didn't sleep. I worked last night. Like I am exhausted. So I'm probably not gonna film anything else today because I just want to sleep. Thank you guys for watching. I promise more vlogs are gonna be more interesting while I'm here. I just am exhausted and I need to sleep and rest, but I got these books and I'm so excited. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow when I vlog more of Portland. See ya.